Good morning.
Yeah. Wow. Rabbi, why is it for on Yud Gimel Adar?
Why
The
isn't it?
decree that we all should get killed was that we would kill on Yud Gimel, right? Isn't that what it says in the Megillah? How much we're supposed to all be killed? Right? We fought on Yud Gimel. So Yud Gimel, it's a very special day. We're supposed to get killed. We fought, we won. And we weren't declared winners, but we won the battle on Yud Gimel. So why not? Why not celebrate on that day? We didn't get killed. We were supposed to get killed. We won a battle on that day. Why not? Shouldn't it be on Yud Gimel?
Okay. Okay, good morning. We interrupt this program with a bulletin, namely that Mendy is asking, yesterday was Shushan Purim, yesterday was 15. So there's a pattern here. All Israel celebrates Purim on the 14th, unless we know for sure that there was a wall around that city from the time of Yoshua ben Nun. At the time of Purim, the land of Israel was desolate, so they couldn't say Shushan had a wall. They couldn't say any other city that had a wall at the time of Shushan, because Israel had no walls at that time. I don't think it's on.
I think the mic is on.
Huh? No, the mic is probably not on.
No, you're right.
Every once in a while. Hello. A little better? Okay. So I really believe the answer is we do. We celebrate in two different ways. We celebrate on 13th of Adar. That was the day that they wanted to, Lo Aleinu, kill us. And we, thank God, overcame our enemies. A miracle, we killed out 75,000, not one died. Now here goes. We celebrate on 13 by reliving Jewish history. They fasted, we fast. but it's a fast of happiness. So on this fast day, on the 13th, we feel good. We are reliving the past. They feasted on the day after. So the question is, according to you, there would be no remembrance for the fact that we fasted when we went to war, and that the war itself was one big victory, one big miracle, I should say. So I think we relive both parts. We relive their fasting, we relive their feasting. So we do both. That's the best for this morning. Okay, now 1 second. We're starting this morning where the lines get wide on Lamed Amud Aleph, 4 lines down. But what do you got in the first 3 lines? And that is as follows. The Gemara told us that wherever you are to face Israel. In Israel, wherever you are, you have to face Jerusalem. And in Yerushalayim, wherever you are, you have to face the literal place where the Beis HaMikdash was, and specifically, you are to face the Holy of Holies. Good. So this is, and the Gemara gives you a pasuk for it in Shir HaShirim. It's Perek Daled in Shir HaShirim, chapter 4. I believe it's 4, yeah. It's chapter 4, verse 4 in Shir HaShirim. And the pasuk reads, you can see this if you have your Gemara in front of you, 3 lines down, where the lines get wide, towards the bottom of the page. And that is, the Gemara quotes the pasuk, Ki Migdal David Tzavarech. Like the Tower of David is your neck, N-E-C-K, Bonui, built the Sal P-Os. Who understands the word Sal P-Os as a combination of Teo, which means a mound, M-O-U-N-D, Shekol Pios Ponim Bo. Teo Pios. Pios is the plural of mouth, mounds. The mount, M-O-U-N-T, which we know is the temple mount, that all mouths turn towards or pray towards. So the verse in Shir HaShirim shows us that there is a place where. Now, the idea behind this is very, very sharp, namely that wherever a Jew is, if he has his compass, he faces Israel, Jerusalem. If he doesn't have his compass, he doesn't know which way. So, with my mind, heart, I'm focused on Jerusalem. Okay, the Gemara goes now to tell us, exciting if you ask me, what did various rabbis do? They couldn't subscribe to the quote-unquote norm. What does that mean? So every morning we have a schedule whereby we pray the Shema and Shmona Esrei in the respective right times. Okay? What happens when a person has to deviate from that schedule? One has to take a trip. What do they do about their davening? So we begin 4 lines down, right after the 3rd line and 2 dots, Abu de Shmuel. That's what this rabbi is known as, Shmuel's father, okay? In other words, he was very proud that his son surpassed him. So he's known as the father of Shmuel and Levi these are two Amoraim, later great rabbis. When they needed to go early in the morning and to go on a trip, what would they do? They would daven before they went on their trip. Now Rashi learns that they davened especially early. Now the question is how early? So here goes. There are two important times we need to know. The first time is Alos HaShachar, dawn. Now, what is Alos HaShachar? When the morning star has risen, it's still not yet light. In other words, at some point, we have to say, okay, night is over, day has begun. So the second term you need to know is nates. Nates is sunrise. Okay, so between dawn and sunrise, there is a period of time, depending upon how one calculates. We're talking as much as 72 minutes. So today, hold on, is Tuesday, the 16th of Adar, Sheni. Alos today was 5:36. 5:36 this morning was Alos HaShachar, and sunrise was 6:48. So the difference between 5:36 and 6:48 is how much?
72 minutes.
Wow, exactly 72 minutes, right? So the question is the following. When the Talmud says that these rabbis prayed before they set out on their journey, so does it mean they prayed before 5:36? You can't say that, says Tosfos about his grandfather. His grandfather learns that they prayed early. Now, what does early mean? So Rashi says, if you take a look, Kodem Hayom. Those are two very harsh words, before day. In other words, Yossi's going to give me a hard time. Yossi's going to say, don't look outside. Are you up or are you still sleeping? If you're up from your, quote, night, and you have no clue going back to sleep because the taxi is coming or the wagon is coming shortly to pick me up, what do I care what's going on outside? For me, it's, quote, day. So now, welcome to the world of the Talmud. Will you please define day for me? So do we say day is objective, and at some point it's night, and another point it's day? So a minute before, and this is very, very exact. In other words, we are up, so listen carefully. There's lechatchila and b'diavad. These terms are on your midterms. You must know what they mean. Lechatchila means preferable, b'diavad means acceptable. So preferable is if I have a chance to do a mitzvah such as circumcision. I have one shot at circumcising son. So on the one hand, I want to do it on the 8th day. I want to do it as soon as possible on the 8th day. So now, should I do it after Alos which means after dawn. Before dawn, it's night. So after dawn, it's already considered day. So this morning, if a person were to circumcise his son, if dawn was 5:30, I can't see 6 or 8, 5:36, okay? So at 5:40 this morning, 4 minutes after dawn, halachically, is it day? Yes. Notice how I said that, yes. There's no question about it. If you want to do it as early as possible, if sunrise was 6:48, call the bris for 6:50. Because your watch is not perfect, but by 6:50 it's definitively day. So I circumcised my son as soon as possible on the 8th day to everybody. But if I did it at 6 o'clock, so the answer is at 6 o'clock this morning, it was after dawn, before sunrise. If you did it after the fact, it would be okay. The rabbi would tell you to wait if you can. And this is true for all laws that require day. So this usually becomes a problem on Sukkot, Chol HaMoed, for people who have to go to work and they daven at the first minyan, okay? And that time of the year, sunrise is later than your first minyan. So we rely b'di'eved, which means second best, acceptable, not preferable, on that opinion that it's already halachically day. So these are important factors to keep in mind. Yeah.
So I know at the time of the Gemara, everything was driven by the sun. You got up because the sun came up and it's time to do what you have to do.
And you heard the rooster.
But in today's times, for the last ever 100, everybody has a clock, and no matter what time of the year it is, we usually get up every single day at the same time. Usually.
Roughly.
Right. So, but I have a little bit of hard difficulty on this. I know I've gone through this a million times in my head.
Okay.
Right, is that if 6 o'clock is good on one day, and I'm getting up every single day at 6 o'clock, why 6 o'clock in the morning is not a good time to daven on another time of the year? In other words, it can be good. It can be good 295 times of the year I can daven on that time, but the other 60 times I can't. But yet every single day I'm getting up at the same time. It's that I'm ready to perform. I'm up.
So I think we answered your question somewhat by posing the question, how do you define day? Is day objective, what you're saying, or subjective? I'm sorry, objective, what I'm saying, subjective, what you're saying. You're saying if a person gets up every day, he doesn't go back to sleep.
That's what my day is. My day starts.
So now it's daytime for him. Don't look outside, right, and see, is the sun up, sun down? Makes no difference. For you, that's the day, okay?
But in today's times, I think that's the rule for everybody. I think I don't think it's like it's just me. I think for everybody, the day starts whenever their time, when they wake up in the morning. And it's not the sun.
Every day, 6 o'clock, you're saying.
Right?
Every day would be 6 o'clock, that should be the day.
Yeah.
So for you, day is 6 o'clock, and for somebody else, day is 7 o'clock, right? So for the person whose day is 7 o'clock, and he happens to get up, he needs to get up one day at 6, okay? Would you say for you, you can't daven now? Because after all, so it seems, and let's go back to Purim. We read the Megillah twice, and it's based on a verse in Tehillim 22, Yelis HaShachar, and there the pasuk reads that I call to you by day, God, meaning we prayed at the time of Purim by day, And at nighttime, I wasn't. So the verse mentions two different times. And because the verse mentions day first, we learn out from there that the primary reading of the Megillah is the daytime, as we just were in the minute, a few days ago. So the idea then is, one more time, is day objective, subjective. So the fact, so you could learn literally like Rashi. Rashi says, and these are the two very hard words, and his grandson, Tosfos, comes down very strong on his grandfather. Because Rashi says, when did he pray early, these two rabbis, before they set out on the journey? Why? Because, as we're going to see next time, practically, are they in a wagon? Are they on a boat? If you're in a wagon, it's hard to stand up. And especially if you're on a boat, yesteryear, you're not standing up if you can. Help yourself. So what are you going to do with Shemona Esrei? So the question is, what's more important? Is the Amida, is the standing for Shemona Esrei more important? Is the recitation in the proper time more important? So do I move up the time in order to pray at home? So this is the interesting dilemma that we're going to see, and we'll continue next time. But I have to leave now. But it's exciting. How do you define day? Okay.
Rabbi, what about somebody?
Drop out.
Somebody whose work schedule starts at 4 in the morning.
That's right.
So
That's
what does he
right.
do?
Okay. Thank you. So what he does is he has a quote unquote coffee break, whenever he can. But you see, in other words, and the issue is, come on, you're going to tell me I should dabble in the airport. I don't feel comfortable putting on boxes, in the airport, etc. I want to pray before Alos. So the question is, can you? Well, like I said, my taxi is coming in 20 minutes. I'm not going back to sleep. So if I'm up for the day, that's it. This is a very practical halachic question. When does day begin? So, like I said, more often than not, we try to have our cake and eat it, meaning we try to satisfy both opinions. But if not, that's where, and again, times and circumstances. Rav Moshe ruled that in Russia, in the wintertime, if you would not allow the people to pray before dawn, they wouldn't pray. And rather than, God forbid, not pray, so they rely upon this Gemara, which is very fascinating. Okay, forgive me, we'll continue next
Rabbi,
time. Have a good day.
Rabbi, let me mention, please.
Please. Okay.
Yeah,
Rabbi Sayyid Varech.
Ishem
Ishem Rai Rabbi Tabaralah B'Shus Baruch Sayyid Varech Shachana Mishalom. Baruch Shachana Mishalom. Hazones Olam Kulut. Babu Shmo Al-Badol. Kamu Poseh Chizudach Batvil. Hazones Akom. Yeah, that's all I do. Because we have no business. Allah Oretz Yala Mazon. Eloheinu Avinu Riyeinu Zunei. Kim Yod Malachim. Ubenei Yushalayim Rakosh. Oni Barachama Yushalayim Amen.
Have a good day.
Have a nice day.
Somebody gets up every morning at 6 o'clock, you would say that it's okay to start diving at 6 o'clock for himself?
No,
No,
I
even
don't
though
say
you,
that.
no,
I
okay,
think we go with the objective, so we go with sunrise, sunset.
okay, so for example, a person big Shabbos early every Friday, all of a sudden one week decides to make it later.
No problem,
So
no problem. No problem.
I got a survey tomorrow, just in case.